it for the Bison.
Connor Ware about to deliver his 50th pitch of the ball game. Last time out went 4 innings.
He got a whole lot more efficient, though, in the second inning, did Connor Ware, than the first.
Yeah, 10 pitches in that second inning. Big improvement from the 38 he chunked in the first inning.
And 9 of those 10 pitches, Ronnie, were strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Davis Hamilton out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin.
Oh, that got him on the elbow.
Hamilton has been on twice. He had an RBI single last time. That's why you wear the elbow guard, is it not?
Yep.
Noah Garden struck out in the first. He bunts it to the right side. They're going to let it roll, and it takes a right turn.
LSU set to play 5 games this week for the second week in a row. 1 today, 1 tomorrow, and then 3 this weekend against Northern Alabama.
The SEC season is in sight.
They will open up an SEC play, not this weekend, but next, against Missouri at home. And Missouri has not been off to a good start this year.
6:30, 6 o'clock, and 1 p.m. are the start times for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday series against Missouri. LSU has misconnected several times early in this game, Ronnie.
Yeah, it has been a rough night a little bit back there for the young freshman, Aaron Beatty. This was a cutter, sort of a slider that wasn't able to keep in front. And so now the bunt may happen again. We're going to bunt to get him over to second. Now that he's at second base, may bunt him over to third.
2 balls and a strike, nobody out. A hit batter and a wild pitch. And that's very elevated.
A mid popper there, 88 miles an hour. So the velo is about 3 miles an hour down from where Connor Ware was in the first inning.
Angled up with the runner coming from second to third. And the Bison a couple of times have been very aggressive on the base paths.
They made contact when the runner was moving the third. Right there, Aaron Beatty's already pulling out. He sees the runner stealing. He's trying to throw before he catches it, and you see Braswell standing in the base path when the runner rounds third base. That was one of the easier interference calls that umpires will make. I don't know if Jay's trying to buy time for the bullpen or not, but that one, as the catcher, you have to catch the ball first, then get the guy at third. That time he was trying to stand up move his body to get ready to throw, and the ball tailed away from the glove and off of Aaron Beatty's
That is
mitt.
Usually the standard order of business.
Yeah,
yes.
catch it first.
Yes. In most games involving a sphere.
Well, Jaden Newt is up in the LSU bullpen. He's more than ready to go. He's been down there a while, so I would expect that you might see a pitching change here after Jay Johnson gets finished arguing his point.
Well, the first 2.5 innings have been anything but painted by a master. No changes at the moment.
Well, you got a lefty at the plate, right-hander on deck, so he probably will let him face lefty, and now he's headed to the mound. Now he realizes, okay, we're going to make the move.
So Connor Ware having problems in the first and third innings. His second inning was brilliant, but he will leave trailing by a 4-1 count against a 1-win team in North Dakota State as we play in the top of the third. And we expect Newt to soon be coming out of the bullpen. Here he comes. So we will step aside here for a moment. North Dakota State off to a good start, leading LSU 4-1 in the third inning. California.
Well, Jaden Newt, for him, this is his 5th appearance on the season. He's worked so far 4 appearances, 3.86 earned run average, still small outings. He did have a save over the weekend, 2.1 thirds innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and opponents are batting 125 in a small sample size against Jaden Newt. Remember, we've talked a lot about him over the years. As a guy who was #1 right-handed pitcher out of high school, out of the state of California, and went on the shelf, sat out surgery his freshman year, didn't pitch much at all last year, a few times down the stretch, and then here he is back completely healthy, and he can be a big boost to this LSU bullpen if he's right.
So do you think Jaden Newt has the capacity or will be used, say, 25 to 30 times this year during the regular season? He's been used 5 times now.
Yeah.
Nearly half of the games that he's appeared. Yes, short appearances, but is he a guy who could get 25 or 30 mound appearances?
Yeah, because the way that Jay Johnson uses his pitchers doesn't extend anybody. He's going to have 16 guys, 15, 16 guys throw the ball, and because of that, guys are out there for a couple batters, maybe an inning, and makes it easy to throw, a couple times a week. Well, man hit by a pitch his first time up, had 2 strikes on him, and took one that might have caught a thread on the
Newt
shirt.
will make the play to second base. The out is recorded there. Milam on the cover.
And Jay will go talk about potential interference at second base. This one right back to the mound. Always love when a pitcher has the confidence to throw to second base. And Milam was there, but there's no interference. Milam was standing in front of the base, in the base path.
Do you think most pitchers on a play like that make the choice themselves? They instinctively.
Absolutely, it
is.
is.
You're going to get some help from your fielders.
No,
but
it's you have to feel it. You can't listen to the dugout or listen to your catcher. You have to kind of just know the timing from practice and stuff. Hey, that ball bounces a couple of times. I'm on it quickly. I'm able to get my feet turned in the right direction. And if it doesn't go smoothly, your bailout is just to throw it to first and take the out. But if you hesitate at all or you question the throw to second, it's too late. Good slider by Newt. So hard to pick it up out of his hand because it looks just like the fastball. The release the nonchalant release and the release point are all the same.
2-2 on Erlob. There's not been a lot of clean pitching and receiving today by the two Tiger pitchers.
Yeah, been a little herky-jerky.
And the catcher. That's wrapped out cleanly into left field for a base hit. So Mann, who has not been a factor offensively, has been on twice. He came into the ball game hitting .043. The Tigers have hit him with a pitch, and he responds with a clean base hit to left field. Or I should say Erlob. Erlob came in batting .154.
Either way, they both needed a hit and got it.
Yeah, they did.
Let's go, dude.
Here's Tate Martin from Vancouver, British Columbia. There's that twister, Ronnie, the little late break.
Yep. Newt's going to be, got good stuff. Going to be 94 with the fastball, 85 to 87 with the breaking ball.
That was 93.5 with the fastball. For those of you who like baseball books and like pitching in particular, let me recommend a book that has been on my shelf for a couple of years now, but I read it a couple of years ago. I need to go back and reread it. It's called The 10 Most Important Pitches of Baseball. So they identify 10 different types of pitches. Some are modern, some aren't, and do profiles of the pitchers who were especially effective with that type of pitch and how it developed and the current thinking about it. It's a fascinating book.
Oh, that one just missed. That was an excellent take because that one looked like it might have caught the bottom of the zone, but good take by the number 8 hitter Tate Martin.
So the bases are loaded again, and that's been a frequent predicament for LSU.
Anyway, that's 2 excellent walks by Tate Martin. Remember, he had an RBI with the bases loaded. He took a couple close ones, 2-2, 3-2. Did the same thing, not as close on that last pitch with 3-2, but Martin hadn't yet to get a base hit, but in his 5 at-bats, he's come through with some nice walks.
LSU will send Grant Fontenot down to the bullpen.
Now DJ Primo's already down there. He's plenty loose, so he'll get some company by Fontenot. But this is definitely not how Nate Yeske expected to spend his Mardi Gras Tuesday, having pitching struggles early on in this game against the 1-9 Bison.
There is no room for Simon. That's a good fastball and a late cut. Couldn't quite make up the distance between himself and that soft liner out into right field. And this North Dakota State team continues to score against LSU. It's 5-1.
They got pitched by Newt up in the zone. And how about the number 9 hitter, Tommy Simon, goes and gets the barrel on top of the baseball and hits it out to right field. And so how about a base hit by the number 7 and 9 hitters in your lineup, and an excellent walk by the 8-hole. And Jay Johnson's going to make another pitching change, and we're still in the 3rd inning.
Primo is the next reliever for LSU. 3 in the 1st for North Dakota State, 2 more in the 3rd, and a chance to add to the total. LSU picked up 1 in the 2nd. Right now it's 5-1.
Lunked a couple of guys. And right now, Jay Johnson's got to be shaking his head a little bit, thinking, what's going on? You know, this LSU pitching, which has been rock solid over the first couple of weeks, especially on the mound, has struggled going back to Sunday. The 10 walks against Sam Houston State on Sunday, and then here they are struggling to command the fastball in the strike zone early on against North Dakota State.
Primo has only allowed a couple of base hits so far this year. Still only 1 out. And a strike to Schaffner. This is the best hitter in the lineup. He came in having hit safely in every game. He has flied to left, he has flied to right.
Well, the Tigers, Primo with a really good pitch. He gets the double play ball. At least going to be 1. It takes a couple of big hops. That's a long backwards toss by Dickinson. No chance to get him. Milam probably would have been best to just arm fake it and look at the runner at 3rd. Instead, he threw it in the dirt, and Jones has got to block that ball. As a first baseman, you cannot let that ball get by you with the runner at 3rd.
You have to realize that the runner is going to be safe, even if you pluck it cleanly. So at that point, you just act like a hockey goalie.
Yeah, you got to take it off the neck, chest, whatever you got to do.
Four runs in the 3rd to accompany 3 in the 1st.
Now LSU with 3 errors is shocking. How many walks so far by Tiger pitching tonight?
Oh. You going to give me a few minutes?
I got to give you some homework.
4 walks, couple of hit batters.
2 hit batters and 3 errors.
And several wild pitches.
I mean, that is a mouthful, and we're only 2 2/3 innings in.
Dante Smith has struck out twice, but to show you the way the game is going, he also has scored a run after he struck out on a wild pitch. Seven runs on only 4 hits for the Bison. 1 run, a couple of hits, 3 errors for LSU. Primo tosses that one over the head of the hitter. And Aaron Beatty has been unable to make those types of plays tonight. It's not been an easy night for him. He's not had a lot of down the middle pitches. That one just got away. That'll put a crease in your Stetson. That's a wild pitch, adding to the total there.
Let's see what Primo can. He's in there to get these 2 lefties, and that's why Jay Johnson put him in the ball game, to get these 2 left-handers, which is going to be his role this year. I'm surprised to see a 3-1 breaking ball that time.
So that's 5 walks. Five walks, 3 wild pitches, 2 hit batters. So far, not top drawer stuff from the LSU pitching staff.
And here's Law, who, remember, back in the 1st inning off of Connor Ware, took a ball to the base of the center field fence.
Ware struck him out the next time he went to the plate. Ronnie, the Bison have had 3 at-bats. They batted around twice. Kyle Law out of Andover, Minnesota. Let's go back and look at the 3-base hit.
The fastball from Ware was up around the letters, and that ball one hopped to center field wall. Stanfield, I think it might have surprised them a little bit for that triple. I think it's the ball just kept carrying on him.
There's a quick strike from Primo. The 2-2 pitch with 2 aboard and 4 in for the Bison in the 3rd.
Well, this is a big pitch for the Tigers and for Primo. Primo's battling for, a spot in that bullpen for Jay Johnson to have some confidence in him. Needs a strike here.
And he gets it as he rips one right down Main Street. It will be available to you on the SEC ESPN network or the SEC network or any other ESPN platform. Jared Jones needs to get something started for the Tigers. It's one thing to trail 3-0 and 3-1. It's another thing to be trailing 7-1.
Well, for Matt Sargent, it has been a while since he's been on the mound. I mean, he's thrown 35 pitches through the first 2 innings, but that bottom of the top, whatever it was, top of the 3rd, took a long time. So we'll see if he can find the strike zone, because you can get tendency to kind of cool off over there and lose your rhythm.
That's a well-delivered ball. Jones had a notion to swing it, but then realized he might get a better pitch to drive later in the count.
Well, you also got to take some pitches, too. You're down 7-1, so as an offense, not a bad thing to take.
That's tight. It's 3-1.
North Dakota State's not going to throw any of their top 3 starters in this game today or tomorrow, because they're saving them for the weekend. So you got an opportunity, if you're, to get down the line, get into that North Dakota State bullpen if you're LSU.
Jones walks on 5 pitches. It's the 2nd time he's drawn a base on balls. Here's Daniel Dickinson, who struck out with Curiel and Jones aboard and nobody out in the 1st. Pearson will follow. That one sweeps wide. So the Tigers wish some patience here in the first couple of batters. He has missed 3 consecutive times now on Dickinson after walking Jones on 5 pitches. Matt Sargent has been handed a 7-1 lead. So Ronnie, 9 pitches already to 2 batters, 8 have been balls.
Now that's what you want if you're the Tigers. Remember, in the 1st inning, LSU had 2 walks. Curiel and Jones both walked to lead off the game. Tigers didn't get anything. This time around, I think it might be a little bit different. And that's what you want when you're down big. In order to come back, you're not going to just get 8 doubles and a bunch of homers. You need walks. You need errors. You need a little help from the other team.
Let's see if Josh Pearson can deliver here with a pair of teammates aboard and a 6-run deficit. Ball one. Ball two. "11 pitches have been issued in the inning. Only one of them has been a strike." Two and one, a much needed strike for Sargent.
Now Josh Pearson, too, you wanted to play. He has been red hot, had a fantastic weekend. DHing tonight. The guy obviously who can play in the outfield for the Tigers. LSU, at least this week, is that outfield is looking pretty solid. You see the Bison with some bullpen activity going on. That's number 30, Reese Leitenberg, the senior, warming up.
The 3-2 pitch. Ball four, barely. 3 consecutive bases on balls have opened the door for the Tigers.
I think you might see a pitching change if you're North Dakota. Hard to overcome 3 straight walks.
He walked the first 2 batters to open the game, did Sargent, before retiring the next 3. And he's walked the first 3 here in the third with a 7-1 lead.
That's head coach Tyler Oaks. You see him talking. He's in his 4th season as a head coach. Started in 2021, but he's been with North Dakota State's baseball program for 10 years. He was an assistant before becoming a head coach. His dad was a longtime coach. He actually played for his father at the University of Minnesota. He was his pitching coach there. And his dad unfortunately passed away a few years back due to cancer and was coaching up until his passing. And of course, he's following in his father's footsteps. That's pretty cool. You get to play for your dad in college. That's
pretty rare, isn't it?
Not many folks get to do that. Old Tony Robichaux down the road with UL Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. He got to coach a couple of his sons, and that was special for him.
I think everybody who knew Tony still misses him, don't you?
Absolutely.
Here's Stephen Milam, a chance for LSU to reverse its fortunes. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Stephen Milam paying homage to Tommy White with the pink sleeve, huh? Got the pink batting gloves as well. Maybe he'll get some Tommy Tanks mojo right here.
He hits it sharply. There's an out at second and an out at first. A 4-6-3 double play. Simon, Schaffner, Erlob. The run scores. That ball was hit right at the second baseman with some velocity on it, and an easy double play.
I would have loved to have listened to Tyler Oaks if he would have been mic'd up on that pitcher's mound. I mean, whatever he told Sargent was amazing. Guy just walked 3 in a row. He's got Milam at the plate, and the monster grounds into a double play. That's some pretty good stuff right there. And, of course, with the Bison playing 5 games this week, they're trying to extend their pitching, like everybody, and with a 7-1 lead, they have the ability to let Sargent go, and he makes a good pitch and has them 1 out away from getting out of this inning.
Jake Brown stands in the way. He had a base hit last inning. That's right through Erlob. The run scores from third. That's Dickinson. Jake Brown hit it sharply, but Erlob was unable to contain it.
Ball hit sharply by Brown, but that's a routine ground ball. Erlob didn't even get a glove on it. Didn't slow it down a lick. And you want to say, boy, you feel bad for Sargent, the pitcher, but he walked 3 guys. He kind of made his own mess right there.
That ball was hit up into the night. It was not coming back from contact. Right down the middle, and Aaron Beatty delivers.
Now that's what LSU needed. The Bison kept teeing it up for him. I mean, they kept giving him free base runners, giving him opportunities. A 2-out ground ball, super costly. That is a 3-run swing. It was going to be 7-2. You're on the bench. Instead, 1 pitch later, it's 7-5, and the Tigers are coming.
Here's Braswell. He flied to right field last time. LSU had to come from behind.
Yeah.
Over in Texas.
They were down 5-0 on Saturday against Nebraska. They gave up 3 in the first, a run in the second, a run in the third. They were down 5-0 in Nebraska on Saturday and stormed back and won that game. And they're going to have to do the same thing today, down 7-1.
Schaffner makes the play at first base, and the side is retired. But what? LSU has been quite charitable to this point.
Well, the Tigers taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, huh? That is not what you want. When you walk and hit those leadoff batters of the inning, they come around to score more than 50% of the time in college baseball.
Hamilton, by the way, for the record, has been hit twice and singled with an RBI. He's been on base 3 times. Gordon has struck out and walked. Out of Rogers, Minnesota is his hometown.
That was a good breaking ball. I'd expect maybe they'd throw it again. The fastball command has not been there consistently for Primo, but that breaking ball was a good one, that last one. They're missing arm side hide, up and away every other pitch, it seems.
He got that one by him.
That was the bender again.
That finds the hole past the diving Dickinson.
Now this is actually a pretty good piece of hitting. I mean, it's a breaking ball, outer corner, just puts it in play, back up the middle. Not hit super hard, but just in well placed. Kind of left that one away. You saw, if you'd have seen Aaron Beatty, the catcher, wanted that ball down and in. Instead, he left it kind of out over the plate.
How about this, though? The Bison have been on base 14 times already. That's pitching from the stretch a whole lot.
Yeah, that's a ton. Will Mann squaring around the bunt. Almost got hit by a pitch. Tried to pull it back.
0 for 1 tonight. He was hit by a pitch earlier. We've had more runs scored than base hits tonight. Will Mann laboring at the plate, batting .042. There's a little frustration showing right there on Jay Johnson's face and mannerisms. This has been sloppy.
It's been a shock. Shockingly, the first 3 innings have been a shocker to LSU fans. I mean, based off you come off the weekend, you're feeling good about yourself. You're ranked number 1 in one poll, 2 in second in 2 other polls, and just on paper, you see 11-1, number 1 ranked LSU against 1-9 North Dakota State, who's playing their 11th game on the road in a row. You would think, no, it's a no contest, but that's the beautiful thing about the game of baseball.
Woo! That throw by Primo almost floated past Jones.
Also 9 innings for a reason.
North Dakota is challenging the ruling on the field of out at first base. The Cleveland's play is under further review.
Primo wanted to go to third or second with it. Instead, he ends up at first, and boy, that's awfully close. The ruling on the field, they called him out. We'll see if we can't get another peek at it. I think it's sort of bang, but I don't know that there's enough there to overturn it. Here you go. Take another look. Watch the Jones reaches ball in the glove right there.
I think he's out.
I really think it's almost simultaneous touch, but the call is out. I don't think the foot beats him to the bag. Beats the ball to the bag. But a lot closer than it should have been.
No doubt.
Grant Fontenot, the right-hander, is up in the LSU bullpen. He's just kind of standing around because he's ready to go if they want to make a move.
By the way, Ronnie, let's update basketball fans about the LSU-Kentucky game. Men's basketball, Kentucky 95, LSU 64. That's a final.
In Lexington.
This is taking a bit longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, they're showing the replay on the big screen Jumbotron here at Alex Box Stadium, and they really kind of went frame by frame with it. And it looks to me like he is, in fact, out. Well, we'll get the call here in a minute. The runner heading down the line for North Dakota State, the runner, he lunged towards the bag instead of running through the bag. I think that might have been a costly mistake. You're faster running through it.
After video review, the call on the field is out. North Dakota has 1 challenge remaining.
One 3 on the putout. And now Erlob comes to the plate. Alex has walked and singled and scored. But before all this, we've got another mound visit.
Yep, and Grant Fontenot will be entering the ball game.
So this is the third call to the bullpen in the first 4 innings for LSU. Tigers trail it 7-5. They've been out hit 5-3. We play in the top of the 4th inning with Fontenot coming on for LSU. We misidentified the new LSU reliever. It's Chandler Dorsey. He's making his first appearance. A junior out of Lakeland, Florida, a big fellow, 6'4", 231 pounds. So Chandler Dorsey sees his first mound action for the Tigers.
Yeah, Chandler Dorsey, a transfer out of South Florida. He was in the transfer portal. And so now this is the 16th LSU pitcher of the season, different LSU pitcher of the season. And we still haven't seen Gavin Guidry, so we'll have him soon enough, as he has a non-throwing injury that he's pretty close to getting over, and he'll be the 17th pitcher at some point this year. So a very tight spot, if you will, for Chandler Dorsey to come into the ball game. Tigers trailing by 2, runners at second and third, 1 out, and they're looking for some consistency from their pitchers. He's the 4th hurler of the day, and the 3 previous ones have been extremely inconsistent with the strike zone. Breaking ball by Dorsey. That one's got to be caught. I mean, that was a ball, but it wasn't a wild pitch. That's going to be a pass ball.
I don't recall in recent memory, certainly, as a start as discombobulated as this one for LSU.
Yeah,
all phases of the game.
No, you're right. It's been a little wonky for sure. Last year, Dorsey was 2-1 with a 3.6 earned run average and 26 appearances for South Florida.
They ruled that ball that got away a wild pitch, but it certainly was a pass ball.
That's definitely the wrong call, because it didn't hit the ground, and it was about 4 inches off the plate. 30 innings pitched last year, 20 hits, 41 strikeouts for Dorsey, with 16 walks. Now, he did plunk 7 batters.
That's a good pitch. By the way, they have changed it again to a pass ball. So the official ruling is a passed ball, allowing a run to score, as it should be. It's 8-5. North Dakota State. LSU's infield is drawn toward the plate. There's a big strikeout and a much needed one.
Well, that was impressive for Dorsey. First batter of the year, falls behind 3-0, and then works his way all the way back and then gets him on an 88-mile-an-hour slider.
So Erlob is retired for the first time, and this brings on Martin. He has walked twice, once with the bases loaded. There has been a lot of disconnect tonight.
Yeah, this one over-cranked by Dorsey.
Wow. Stanfield retreats, backpedaling. He's got it, and the inning is finally over. But a host of mistakes provide a couple of more runs for North Dakota State. And Bison have gone to the bullpen. This is Landon Koenig, a sophomore from Portland, North Dakota. He stands 6'6", with a high ERA in 4 appearances this year. Only 7 1/3 innings of work, a couple of walks. He has struck out some people. He's retired 9 on strikes.
Fastball's been 90, 91 miles an hour in warm-ups. Big, tall fella.
And I beg your pardon, he's allowed 12 hits in those 7 innings. So that's been the problem. LSU has been held to 3 hits in the first 3 innings. One of them provided most of the runs in the 3rd inning, and that was Arambidi's 3-run homer.
A year ago, Koenig threw 40 2/3 innings for the Bison. In Summit games only, in Summit League games only. So he was very active. He had 9 starts, 1-1 record with a 6.2 earned run average.
LSU needs base runners. Law is tracking it down in center field. He backpedals and he makes the catch a couple of steps in front of the warning track. Stanfield gave it a good ride to his counterpart in center field. That follows a base hit by Chris in the 2nd. Here's Derek Curiel.
I think the team who wins this game tonight, Lynn, is going to be the team that from this point forward throws strikes.
Yeah.
I mean, because both pitching staffs have struggled with command. Obviously, the North Dakota State has taken advantage of those mistakes better than LSU, but you're going to be throwing a lot more guys over the next 5 innings. There'll be many more pitchers in this game, and whoever can command the strike zone the best will be the team that wins.
It's a hitter's count. The 2-0 pitch backs him away. Curiel walked in the 1st. He was stranded at second base. And he bounced out to the second baseman in his next at bat. He's 0 for 1. Still carrying a batting average well over 300, or well over 400. There's one of those base runners you were talking about.
I mean, that's what you want. You want those leading ladies to get on base for you. Curiel has shown that in his career, in his brief career with the Tigers. He is patient, wise beyond his age and experience level, and has no problem with taking the free pass.
Jared Jones. Time called. No, it's a time violation. That'll be ball 1 on Jones. One out, 1 on. 2-0. Jones hits it well, but Law is out there in center field, and he does not have to move very much. A liner to center for the 2nd out. This brings on Dickinson. Seven of his 15 hits have been extra base hits this year. There's a breaking ball strike high in the zone. Dickinson, in the games we've seen him, and of course he has started all 12 games, make it 13 now. But Ronnie, there has not been a time in this still very young season when it looks as though he's overmatched or uncomfortable. He looks very capable of handling most situations, if not all of them.
He's definitely one of the best players, at least prospect-wise, in the country. And so that's not a surprise. He's had a tremendous career already in college at Utah Valley State, and then now one of the more prized transfer portal players in America. Guy who played a little third, short in the fall, but settled at second for the rest of the year.
The runner was moving, but he'll have to return. And I think the chemistry, I think the teamwork that he and Milam have developed already as middle infielders has been astonishing.
Yeah, they had that highlight play over the weekend where Dickinson went up the middle, backhanded the ball, flipped it to Milam, who spun and threw to first for the out. And that got a lot of social. Well, Daniel Dickinson is a high ball hitter. He likes to pitch up around the letters, and you think, well, you know, maybe you should lay off that. The benefit to it is when it's already elevated like that with some juice in the low 90s, you just got to apply the barrel in the right angle and it'll go. And he is he's got power, pull power down the line, likes the ball up and in, and now has 4 homers on the season.
LSU pulls within 2, trailing 9-7. 3 in the first for North Dakota State, 4 in the third, and 2 more in the fourth. The Tigers have scored in 3 consecutive frames, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth. And this is a bit weird, Ronnie. We've had 16 runs scored on 9 base hits. Which means a lot of free pass base runners. That's right up the middle, gloved by the shortstop, makes a nice play. Jake Schaffner covers a lot of ground, doesn't he?
Well, they had him shifted that way. The shortstop was sort of lined up behind the bag, and well scouted by North Dakota State. And Luis Hernandez got it going a little bit offensively over the weekend for the Tigers, which is a guy they expected to have a big year offensively. The batting average now up to 269 on the season.
That's tight from Dorsey. If you've just joined us, he's making his first appearance this season.
Yep, transfer from South Florida, who was a big part of their bullpen last year. 30 innings pitched, over 40 punch outs.
Chandler Dorsey, big right-hander, throws a breaking pitch. That's gloved on the left side, and a good throw over to first base. Braswell to Jones for the out.
Dorsey, sort of your standard reliever, kind of more of a 2-pitch guy. Power fastball down in the zone, and then that slider has looked pretty sharp, pretty good when he's thrown it near the zone. Or like, I don't know if it's more like a cutter too. I mean, I don't know if it's more cutter or slider, but looks like the fastball and just kind of definitely moves right to left. That's the traditional curveball.
Schaffner has been held in check offensively, but he's a very good offensive threat. And Dorsey delivered a pretty good bender right there. The infield plays him to pull, the outfield plays him the other way. LSU desperately needs to get back to the dugout in the shortest time. They need a 1-2-3 inning. They've only had 1 so far.
I mean, that would be huge. You'll hear a giant cheer from this crowd if LSU goes 1-2-3 here in the 5th.
Dante Smith. He's out of Ajax, Ohio.
Where the misses tonight have been big. When LSU's pitchers have missed tonight, they have not been close. He spiked that fastball about 5 feet before the plate, and then it one hopped off the umpire's right leg.
Umpires hate that.
Don't expect the next pitch right on the corner to go your way when you hit the umpire with a ball in the dirt.
That had some heat and found the zone. That's a foul ball.
Tried to overthrow that time, had the 2-2 count, wanted a big strikeout. First outing in an LSU uniform. You know it's got to be special for Mr. Dorsey. See if he can gather his emotions here and to make a good pitch.
LSU a pitch away from getting back to the dugout in minimum fashion. These teams will do battle again tomorrow. 6:30 is the start.
Dalton Beck is in the LSU bullpen. I would expect that Dorsey, won't pitch next inning. First time out, a short reliever. A guy normally throws 1 inning, maybe 2 at most anyway. You would think they would keep it short.
Stanfield on the run. Dives. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Chris Stanfield with a tremendous diving catch in center field. Takes an extra base hit away and ignites this crowd. Chris Stanfield.
Yes, into the NCAA tournament. They won the national championship under Mike Bianco. So any team in the SEC, they get hot at the right time, can win it all at the end of the year.
Well, just a couple of observations. Number one, there's a lot of talent, obviously. I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know. But I think there's so much talent in the SEC, Ronnie, that every team right now has a future major leaguer on it. I'm not saying a future Hall of Famer, a future All-Star, but I'll bet you if you could forward yourself 4 or 5 years down the road, you would find somebody on this year's team in every SEC squad that makes it to the major leagues. Second thing is, every SEC weekend is at least a regional type competition, if not super regional. That's what makes it so great.
Well, that part I agree with. Definitely a regional feel and level of competition. We'll task Randy Hayden with keeping track of that, and 6 years from now, we'll follow up on the 2025 season and see if every SEC team that year has had a guy in the big leagues, at least one. Randy, Randy's nodding over there, official stats guy, been with us forever. He's on it. He's gonna make a post-it note, he's gonna put it on the glass, and we're gonna check it 6 years from now.
Stephen Milam. He's a spray hitter with occasional power, home run power, from both sides of the plate. Milam patiently draws a base on balls.
How many leadoff walks for the Tigers tonight?
That's one.
Third, I think.
2, 3. You're correct. Milam has ripped the cover off the ball on a liner to third base that was caught by Hamilton. A sensational play in the first inning. He hit into a double play in his second at bat, and he's aboard on the walk with a short lead at first. That was not Jake Brown's best swing. Jake has singled and scored, and reached on an error and scored. No balls, 2 strikes. Fielder Dante Smith. That's out number 1. Liner to right. Pearson is 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Or I should say Brown now 1 for 3. And here is Luis Hernandez batting for the first time. Luis is a native of Puerto Rico. Milam with a 3-step lead from first.
Well, last year landed 248 at-bats at Indiana State. He had 23 home runs, 89 hits, 23 homers. He's yet to connect for his first LSU homer through 26 at-bats.
He represents the tying run at the plate and stays alive. Hernandez flinched, but he lays off of it, and the count is level at 2. That's chopped to the left of the bag. It's a foul ball.
Hernandez last year, Lynn, had a homer once every about 11 at-bats. So he's due. We might see him tonight. He is due for a homer, and Milam with a nice job. He'll move up to second. Put the ball in the dirt. Watch the backhand ricochet by the catcher. I mean, he almost knocks the thing halfway to the pitcher's mound.
This eliminates the conventional double play. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a runner at second base. LSU trailing by 2 in the bottom of the 5th against the Bisons of North Dakota State. And Hernandez waves through that pitch and becomes the second out.
Watch the string get pulled right there. That's took a little something.
Meanwhile, the Tigers have scored in 4 of their last 5 at-bats and have forged a 9-9 tie. Hernandez leads it off for LSU in the 7th.
Danny Lashenmeyer, a freshman, pretty good looking prospect on the bump for North Dakota State. Fastball's been 90, 91. Has that good hard breaking ball that we saw touch 86 last inning. So that's pretty good stuff. I mean, that's Connor Ware-like as far as the fastball breaking ball speeds.
Hernandez is batting .259 as he stands at the plate. He's driven in 3. The 1-2 pitch. Got him on a mid-80s delivery.
Yeah, it was another breaking ball, 84. With 2 strikes, expanded it. He kind of threw that one on the hand. That's a sharp breaker. I mean, that is good stuff from the freshman lefty.
So here is Reeves.
Tanner Reeves, who set Junior College World Series record for hits in the tournament last year at Blinn Junior College. And he was about 1 Weedy short of being out of the ballpark on that blast to right field.
Dante Smith saving at least 1 run with that catch in right field the last time Reeves came to the plate. Reeves entered the game a couple of innings ago. It stayed at third base. 1-2. Did he double hit that?
I think he did. I think he got it on the follow through. At least it sounded like it.
Here's another well-hit ball. Law is back in center field. I fought the Law and the Law won. 2 outs. Come on, folks. It's been a long night.
Well, could both teams have a 1-2-3 inning in the same inning? Didn't think we'd ever see that, did you?
No, not through the first 3 hours. No.
Yeah. Let's see. I tell you, the stuff is impressive by Lashenmeyer, the freshman lefty for North Dakota State. I mean, that's a power breaking ball. That's a mid-80s breaking ball. That will play coming off of a 90, 91 mile an hour fastball from the same slot. I mean, LSU's not seeing that. Your best chance is to just not swing and hope it's a ball. Hard to pick up the spin.
Curiel would be next. 2 outs, nobody on base. 9-9 game in the 7th. Chris Stanfield tonight is 1 for 3. He had an RBI single in the 2nd. He knocked in LSU's first run. And he also has flied to center field and grounded to shortstop. Lockenmeyer delivers, and that's a little bit off the plate inside.
1-2 breaking ball, and yeah, that was definitely off the plate. Close by Lockenmeyer.
Stanfield will see at least one more pitch.
Curious to see if they let him throw a fastball, or I would just keep pounding that breaking ball. It's LSU hasn't yet to have a good swing on it. They tried to sneak a fastball in there, but couldn't guide it over the plate.
The 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul spoiled by Stanfield. Here we go at 3-2. Sliced into the air, pretty well hit, but playable in right field. And the corner outfielder, Dante Smith, makes the
1-2-3
catch.
inning.
First time we have not seen a base runner by either team.
That's right.
So we go to the 8th. 9 for both sides.
Conference ranked in the top 25. That is impressive when basically half the top 25 is from the SEC.
Oh, it's incredible, but the thing about it, it's common these days.
Yeah, baseball and softball, really.
Tommy Simon is 1 for 3. He's driven in a run. Batting 154. You've been impressed with Cowan, haven't you?
I really have. I mean, look, he's not a surprise. The guy was a great pitcher at Wofford, won double-digit games a year ago, threw over 100 innings, you know, just dominated.
This is trouble if it stays fair, and it is a fair ball. It'll be a ground rule double. That's his first of the year.
And how about Tommy Simon, the number 9 hitter in the lineup? He came in 1 for 10 on the season. That's an elevated changeup, a mistake by Cowan. And now he picks up his second hit. He had a single back in the 3rd, and then he has a double here. So he is 2 for 4 on the night. What a memory Tommy Simon is making for himself. Freshman out of Fargo, North Dakota, a hometown boy.
And whenever he can get on base, North Dakota State's best hitter follows him, Jake Schaffner. LSU pitching has done a good job on him tonight. He's 0 for 4. He has driven in a run, but this is a very dangerous hitter. 9-9 ball game. We play in the 8th. LSU tried the timing pickoff play. Schaffner is out of Janesville, Wisconsin. And he hits one deep. Stanfield backing up. He's got room. He makes the catch. The relay throw is not forthcoming. The runner moves to 3rd as Schaffner hits it deep enough for Simon to easily advance 90 feet. So, Ronnie, he got the job done.
Yeah, he moved the runner over, and now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. LSU will play the infield in. And this will be a fun matchup. You know, LSU's defense has really been put to the challenge and passed the test with flying colors through the first few weeks. They have made some crucial plays defensively late in games to help them win games.
Smith takes a strike. Dante has struck out a couple of times. He's 0 for 3. Cowan is seeking a strikeout right here. The 1-strike pitch. Lined into the glove of the second baseman.
There's another great play defensively by LSU. My goodness.
Dickinson in the right place at the right time with the right instincts.
Daniel Dickinson, watch it. Sticks his arm out, jabs it. I mean, that ball off the bat looks like it's going to be a base hit. Bison take the lead. Instead, Dickinson makes a fantastic catch.
So the Tigers have dehorned 2 Bisons, and they need to get another one.
So Daniel Dickinson, who is having a fantastic start to his LSU career offensively, but man, he has made a name for himself defensively here. He had the fantastic highlight play over the weekend where he backhanded up the middle and flipped it to Milam, but he's also made a couple of great catches on liners late in games too for the Tigers.
LSU's defense retreats into normal position for Kyle Law. Steve right. Law has a triple to center field with an RBI. Since then, he has struck out a couple of times and grounded out to third. The go-ahead runner for the Bisons is at third. And Cowan does an outstanding job, along with some very helpful defense, in keeping North Dakota State off the scoreboard in the 8th. We move forward in a 9-9 game. Ronnie Ranch, Lynn Rollins with you. We are very appreciative you have chosen to spend some time with us. Let's see what happens here in the final inning and a half. LSU needs a run to take the lead. It has not had the advantage yet in this game. Top of the order, Curiel Jones Dickinson for LSU. Derek Curiel hitting .435.
That's a pretty rare air for a true freshman that plays every game and all the time. I mean, you know, that's still way too early to put him in the categories of some of the greats, but definitely somebody to keep an eye on, and not a surprise, right? He was preseason SEC Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and so he's lived up to that hype.
And I think, as I mentioned earlier, he looks very comfortable, very confident, very instinctive.
It looks like the game, he's been able to slow the game down, slow his heart rate down. He doesn't look nervous. I'm sure he is, but he doesn't exude it at all. But right now, LSU has quite the challenge, as the freshman lefty for North Dakota State has looked really sharp. Lockenmeyer has some impressive stuff.
There's some more of it.
I mean, that's an 85-mile-an-hour slider.
And he just fooled one of the best hitters on the LSU team.
You're not going to see a whole lot of lefties throwing 85, 86-mile-an-hour sliders around the zone. He's got the get it over pitch. He's got the one with 1-2 count, 2-2 count, the wipeout breaking ball, and then, oh, by the way, don't sleep on that 90, 91-mile-an-hour fastball. This will be a fun matchup.
Now let's see how he works Jared Jones. First pitch, fastball.
He got a pitch to hit there. Jones got the fastball. The young freshman challenged him, threw a good heater right above the knee, and Jones fouled it back. Don't know if he'll see another.
Ooh, that's a high strike.
Went back at him. Jones thought it was a little up and in, but he got the call. And we'll have a little offensive timeout, as Jay Johnson is prone to do. Right, this is a break up the pitcher's rhythm kind of timeout. I mean, this is like the equivalency to a 20-second timeout in basketball, where the other team goes on a run, and you just got to stop and hope that that timeout will stop the momentum in a little bit, slow things down. Because right now, Lockenmeyer is cruising.
You might say Lockenmeyer is rocking and firing. The pitch to Jones. There's not a player on this North Dakota team that doesn't realize that Jared Jones had 28 home runs last year. They know the challenge they face. Jones tonight has walked twice, lined out to center field, and had an infield hit last time on a bad bounce ball to the shortstop.